street here. It's really pretty at nighttime. It's the front of the Alamo. Here's the front area of the Alamo. Statue. Here's the back end of the, that's not the Alamo. There's a building in the back here. There's some statues. A bunch of different things. Beautiful courtyard back here. It's a gorgeous day. Really glad we stopped by San Antonio to check out the Alamo.
Here, you got it. Oh. Why don't you tell me to take a picture of it then?
Conclusion. The other three I won't get into because we're not going to talk about them so much anyway. So, humoral theory, again, blood being the main thing. So if this young lady here came in and she said she had a headache, the way I'm trained to think is, well then she's got a headache because her humors are out of balance. And what my main concern is, get the blood out of there, right? Bleeding. Bleeding was a very common thing. You even had people who were in perfectly good health that would go in and seek to be bled every so often just because they felt like that's going to maintain the equilibrium. Washington was out riding around his horse on a cold, wet evening, and he decided he'd go back in, went back into Mount Vernon, put his horse up, got his supper, went to bed. The next morning, about 1 or 2 in the morning, he woke up and he couldn't breathe. He had severe breathing difficulties. He was the richest guy around, so he had the, at least maybe not the best docs, but at least the most highly paid. So he calls a couple of them in, and guess what's the first thing they do to George? They bleed him. That's absolutely right. By the way, I remember reading once.
We are in San Antonio, getting ready to do the Riverwalk boat ride.
Pretty.
All right, folks, we ready?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Here we go. Who's driving?
I'll take over.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dietrich, and I'll be your guide for the next half hour or so. It may take a little bit longer. I like taking my time. Oh, if you don't get too wet, my guy. Now, first off, let's start with some safety rules, okay? First things first, safety. Let's make sure we keep our arms and elbows inside the boat. We'll be passing on the boat, so there'll be some tight areas, things like that. Be aware. And also life jacket. And right here to our right, I try to avoid that. That's poison ivy. No, I'm just kidding, folks. Not poison ivy. Just making sure you're paying attention up there. And this we're going under right now. This is a lemon tree right here.
Oh, that's
nice. Now, there are going to be a lot of little bridges here on the river, folks. There's someone right here. And they tell us when we get there, make sure you tell everybody to watch their heads when you go under these bridges. But that's it. Okay, now that's the steeple for St. Joseph's Catholic Church. That was built back in 1867 by our German-speaking immigrants. Now, if you look right here to the right, folks, immediately to our right right here, see that building? That, folks, is not the church. That's the River Center Mall. Now, right here to our right, I just came right through there, didn't it? All right, folks, now we're going to make this left-hand turn right here. Now, I want you guys to look up to the left. You're going to see a big hotel right here.
Oh yeah.
See the left right here, the Hilton Palacio del Rio.
Wow.
Now, this hotel right here is in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the fastest, largest modulated built building of its size ever. They built this whole hotel, over 500 room, guys, in 202 working days. Now that's, so I tell everybody, 202 days, 18 months. Now the witness is he's actually built this hotel. And the way he built it was, he built the first 4 floors right here on site, along with the elevator shaft right in the middle. And all the rooms you see, the square rooms, those were actually all built 8 miles south of here and trucked in on flatbed trucks. When they arrived, they were fully furnished. Everything was in there. Beds were in place, pictures on the walls, everything was ready to go. All they had to do was lift them up with giant cranes and stack them up one on top of each other like giant Lego blocks. 5 on each side. But by the middle of the project, they were actually doing 35 rooms a day.
Wow.
So if they were stacking 35 rooms a day, he gave them the weekends off, and they still got it done in 202 days.
Wow.
Now, at the beginning of this, guys, this was done for the 1968 World's Fair. And there were a lot of contractors here who said, it can't be done, you can't do it. You can't build a whole hotel in a year. It's not going to be done before the World's Fair. Mr. Zachary, so when he put his contract forward, a lot of the city workers, they get into the clause of the contract. If I, H.P. Zachary, do not finish this building before the beginning of the World Fair, I will sell you the remaining portion for $1. That's how he got the contract. This is where they filmed the swimsuit scene right here.
It's a diaper. Oh, that's right there.
And here to our right, folks, this is the Bristol Western Art Museum. Now, this used to be the San Antonio Public Library from 1930 until 1968. Boat drivers. Now, I have a question, folks. Do I have any romantics on the boat? I'm going to raise my hand. I'll be the first to raise my hand. I'm a hopeless romantic. Right here to our right.
That tree behind you. The big green one.
Huh?
The big green tree here.
Now, coming into view right in front of us there, folks, you'll see that red brick building with the bullet-shaped spire. That's the Bexar County Courthouse. And that's the oldest courthouse here in Texas that's still in use. That was built in 1896. Now, there are other older courthouses, but they've been renovated. They're used for something else now. That is a continuously functioning court. Oh, I got you that time. That's not so
Ghostbusters.
That building's in New York City.
Oh.
Now, this one's called the Tower Life, guys. They opened this back in 1929. It was known as the Smith and Young Tower. And Mr. Smith, and just on a personal note, guys, I've lived here my whole life. I actually learned how to read this building right here. And now it's the International Center. There's 2 restaurants in there, and also our old arena. So if you look right here to the right, who had a better idea, he thought it should look like Venice with gondolas, restaurants, things like that. Your love forever. I think a lot of these guys are unsure of
Put a lock
themselves.
on there.
There's a
for your
lot
love,
of combination
in
locks
the river
up there.
forever.
A lot of guys are not throwing the keys in the river. And I realize there, folks, that I'm a hopeless romantic because most of those keys are actually under us right now in the river. And we drag this river, and I'm hoping they leave the keys. And we take all the scooters and cell phones, and about 10, 12 of my cell phone cameras out here. Now when we go by, guys, if you look right there in front of that tree, there's going to be a 4x4 stuck in the ground right there. See that 4x4? And all that 4x4, there's a white placard. If you scan that with your phone, there'll be a historian that'll come out and they'll tell you about the Cypress tree. Now it's too late now, guys. You can't see it, but right here to the left, right in the doorway right there, there's another tall mosaic that shows you what the river will look like. There's a bend in the river, and that bend is right here to the left. It comes down this way, it makes this left-hand turn, and all this to the right was dredged out for flood control in 1921. There was a flood, right, back in 1921. That tree was stuck on the right here on the left, a little fig tree, and when the waters receded, it was sticking out of the wall right here to the right. So it's growing right out of the wall right there. This first opened, it was the St. Mary's School for Boys back in 1835. They only had 2 classrooms. It was a little bitty building. And by 1960, they had outgrown that, and they bought a building on the west side that became St. Mary's College School of Law. And 2 alumni came back in 1966, and they bought this building, and they renovated it just in time for the World Fair. They finished this building, guys, 2 weeks before the World Fair opened, so they just barely made it. You'll see the old Dick's Hospital. It looks like a flat wall all over the river wall. Like a 26-story flat wall of windows.
That is
Now, some very famous people were born here, guys, you may have heard of. Oliver North was born here. One of our former mayors, Henry C. Cisneros, was born here. Carol Burnett was born here. I was born here in 1967. At 26 stories, that would have been a huge shadow on the Alamo. So what they did was they capped it at 16 stories when the shadow fell right across the street from the Alamo. The Alamo is actually a national shrine. Now when we go by, guys, if you look right here to the left, you'll see two doorways right there. And above them it says the Shops of Paseo del Alamo. Those are the entrances. You can walk right through those door lobby and then be right across the street from the Alamo. The fastest way to get to the Alamo from here on the river. Wonder, do people actually fall into the river? Yes, they do fall into the river, guys. And they usually fall in right along in here somewhere.
Duck! See? What? What?
The Christmas caroling choral. Civilization that was put there for the 1968 World's Fair. Alright guys, when we pass a couple of tall buildings on the way in here.
Holy look.
There's one on the right. And here to our left, folks. If you look above right there, you're going to see another tile right there, that mosaic. Now this mosaic right here, up here to our left, that took the artist, the man who did that, Ron O'Gorman. That took him 2 years to find all those tiles that go up there. There are over 400,000 individual tiles up there. That's called the confluence of civilization in the Americas. Nobody. All right, folks, now we're going to make this right-hand turn right here. We're going to be right back at the River Center Mall area where I picked you guys up at. So at this point, I'd like to let everybody know.
There's the river and the daylight. That's the boat we go on. There's a lot of restaurants around this area. Looking down from above.
If you pull back a little bit, you'll get all the trees too.
Yeah, pretty good. There you go. You're in the Avenue of America Tower, but no time to get in there today. So we'll just walk around down here, but at least that's it. There's the Avenue of America, built for the 1968 World Fair. We have some beautiful fountains out here. Outside of the Avenue of America, some really pretty fountains. So that was our stay in San Antonio. We really enjoyed it. What do you think, dear?
I think it's a wonderful place to come and visit, to learn about the history of San Antonio. It's very interesting.
Yeah, there's so much here. I mean, you can see new stuff, old stuff, beautiful things. Nighttime is amazing here for Christmas especially. Got to take the river walk. The boat you get on at the mall, and then you can take it for like 30 minutes. Beautiful ride. So really
At
enjoyed
night.
the stay.
At night is the best time to take it.
Absolutely. Anyway, that's San Antonio, Olean EP.